As You Like It is a 2006 film adapted for the screen by Kenneth Branagh from the Shakespearean play of the same name, and directed by him. It stars Bryce Dallas Howard as Rosalind, David Oyelowo as Orlando Du Bois, Romola Garai as Celia, Adrian Lester as Oliver Du Bois, Alfred Molina as Touchstone, Kevin Kline as Jacques, Janet McTeer as Audrey, and Brian Blessed as Duke Frederick and his brother Duke Senior. Branagh moved the play's setting from medieval France to a late 19th century European colony in Japan after the Meiji Restoration. Branagh filmed it at Shepperton Film Studios and at the never-before-filmed Gardens of Wakehurst Place. The film is a production of the Shakespeare Film Company, financed by HBO Films. It is Kenneth Branagh's first Shakespearean film shot in a Super 35 format. Plot. See the plot for the original play. The Japanese reimagination. Although the film was not made in Japan, Branagh reimagines the play there during the late 19th century, where many English traders lived. Branagh portrays Duke Senior's court as a British outpost whose ruler admires Japanese culture. Although most of the inhabitants wear European clothes, Duke Senior and his brother both wear Japanese clothes. Each British lady at the outpost covers her face modestly with her fan, and styles her hair reminiscently Japanese. When the banished characters travel to the Forest of Arden, both Japanese and Western actors portray its inhabitants. Phoebe and William are Japanese, Corin and Audrey are European, while Silvius is a European who wears Japanese clothes. Black British actors play the Du Bois brothers, Orlando and Oliver. When Orlando fights not merely a wrestler, it is indeed a sumo wrestler. Branagh invented a prologue in which ninja warriors attack Duke Senior's family as it attends a performance of kabuki theatre. Branagh's prologue defines exactly the moment that Duke Frederick usurps his brother's kingdom, a moment that Shakespeare himself did not. The epilogue deliberately interrupts the closing credits with Rosalind's speech, as the camera pans to see Rosalind's actor, Bryce Dallas Howard, walking to her dressing trailer on the film's location. Despite the cultural transposition, Shakespeare's language and the names of his characters remain the same. The film closely follows Shakespeare's plot. Some critics praised the setting. Others found it useless and irrelevant, since few of the characters are Japanese. Cast: Bryce Dallas Howard as Rosalind, David Oyelowo as Orlando Du Bois, Romola Garai as Celia, Kevin Kline as Jacques, Adrian Lester as Oliver Du Bois, Alfred Molina as Touchstone, Jade Jeffries as Phoebe, Alex Wyndham as Silvius, Brian Blessed as Duke Frederick, Duke Senior, Yuki Yamamoto as Duke Senior Man, Sasha Bennett as Frederick's aide, Jimmy Yule as Corin, Richard Briers as Adam, Yisu as Charles the Wrestler, Janet McTeer as Audrey, Paul Chan as William. Release. The film was released theatrically in Italy on 1 September 2006 and released on Italian DVD on 23 January 2007. From there it went to theaters in Greece and Hungary. In the United States, HBO began airing the film on TV on the evening of 21 August 2007, but it has never had a true theatrical release in the US. Only occasional one-time showings, and most of these US showings took place after the film's television premiere. It is the only one of Branagh's Shakespeare films to be released directly to television instead of to theaters in the US. Though it was not the first to have a very limited theatrical release, Branagh's Love's Labour's Lost played in the US theaters only in New York City, Los Angeles, and Boston. In more recent years, Julie Taymor's 2010 film version of Shakespeare's The Tempest also had an extremely limited theatrical release in the US, and Ralph Fiennes' Coriolanus not only did not have a wide US release, but has not even appeared on cable as of February 2013, although it is available on DVD. Branagh's As You Like It received a wide theatrical release in the UK on the 21st of September 2007, exactly 1 month after its US cable TV debut. It was also shown at a meeting of the Shakespeare Association of America earlier that year, before making its US TV debut. More than 2 years after its release, in January 2009, the film began playing theaters in Mexico. The DVD was released in the US on the 25th of September 2007. Reception. Review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reports that 36% of 14 surveyed critics gave it a positive review. The average rating is 4.7/10. Another aggregator, Metacritic, rated it 75/100 based on 15 reviews. Philip French of The Observer called it less successful than Branagh's previous Shakespeare adaptations. Peter Bradshaw of The Guardian rated it 3/5 stars and wrote that it deserves a look. Anthony Quinn of The Independent rated it 1/5 stars and wrote, The only way you could make the spiraling absurdities of As You Like It work would be to transform it into a fast-paced comedy. Many American critics called the film as a comeback for Branagh's Shakespeare adaptations, which had reached what many considered a low point with Love's Labour's Lost. A negative U.S. reviewer was film critic Stanley Kaufman, who had admired Branagh's film versions of Henry V, Much Ado About Nothing, and Hamlet. He blasted the film, saying that he could barely get through it, and that by giving it such an unusual setting, Branagh seemed to be trying to apologize to the viewing audience for the fact that As You Like It was a Shakespeare film. Critic Virginia Heffernan, writing for the New York Times, was also negative, pointing out that film reduces the role of main character Rosalind. Mr. Branagh has teased out every manly rivalry and preserved every hey nonny nonny of the kooks in the Forest of Arden, but slashed passages of the repartee that defines Rosalind. Awards. In January 2008, Kevin Kline received a SAG award for his performance in this film. Although strictly speaking, the film is not a made-for-television movie. Made-for-TV films do not play theatrically in other countries before being released directly to TV in the US. They do so afterwards. This makes Kline the first actor to win a major US award for acting in one of Branagh's Shakespeare films, though some of his others have won critics' awards for the acting in them. Likewise, Bryce Dallas Howard received a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress in a made-for-TV film or miniseries, but did not win the award.